Good evening.
Good evening.
So welcome all of you for this evening. My name is Vishwas Mahajan and I am the president of the TAI Pune chapter. I have a small task to introduce TAI. As you know, TAI is the Indus Entrepreneurs, and it's world's largest not-for-profit organization for fostering entrepreneurship. Started in Silicon Valley 20 years ago, Kanwal Rekhi, Vinod Khosla and others. And it has now expanded to over 14 countries with 57 chapters. Pune is one of the chapters of TAI. Primarily, the task of fostering entrepreneurship through mentoring, networking and inspiration. And TAI hosts a wide variety of programs, TAICon being the most popular and notable of those. It happens at multiple locations around the world. The largest networking gathering of entrepreneurs anywhere. In TAI Pune, we do a number of programs. How many of you have attended any of the TAI's programs before? Most of you. So we are in the family of familiar people. I will not spend too much time because we are here to hear Harsh and not me. So I'll skip this. But thank you very much for attending some of our events that you do. There are a lot of things that are in the pipeline. But quickly, my story sessions that we do first and third Friday at this very location. Some of the speakers that have been presenting their stories here so far. Breakfast meetings, second and fourth Thursday at Grub Shop. Interactive sessions sharing experiences, various topics that we've done so far and it continues. Business plan competition that we've done, workshops that we do, full day workshops on the last Saturday, and second Saturday we have a half day workshop. We are having a full day workshop coming up at the end of this month, that is on the 30th, on what entrepreneurs should know about finance. Shashank and the team is putting that together, so we'll look forward to that. There's a workshop in the second Thursday of July on legal, the IPR and legal protection that entrepreneurs should be aware of. In addition, we've just launched an initiative for women entrepreneurs, Sri Shakti. One of the first events that is happening is they're having an interaction with Meher Padamji on the 20th, next week. And they're taking their agenda forward. Nurture is a very interesting initiative. We have 8 young companies that have been taken under the wings by TAI on a 6-month intensive mentoring engagement, and our mentors are and mentees are hard at work. Thanks to the popularity of our events, we have been able to attract sponsors, which allows us to have these events at these locations without really charging for it. And I want to thank Clarion Venture Partners, Cosmos, and Kirloskar Chair has been our knowledge partner in past as well. So each one of the, I have a slide on each one of the sponsors which I will run.
Clarion Venture Partners. Clarion Venture Partners is an incubator and angel fund for IT services startups. With incubation centers in Pune, Bangalore, and Ahmedabad, this is one of the best angel funds, incubator, and accelerator for IT services startups today. If you are working in the IT industry and dream to be an entrepreneur, check out www.clarionvp.com. Starting a company with Clarion Venture Partners is as easy as switching a job. After you are selected for investment, Clarion Venture Partners will provide you with space to get started, funds for your staff salaries, sales, marketing, and other expenses for up to 1 year, help you manage the operational aspects of your business through their shared incubation services, assist you with marketing through a shared CMO, boost your sales through sales outsourcing and lead generation partner companies, guide you in finding your board of advisors through their network of eminent businessmen and senior professionals, mentor and coach you till you become successful or ready for next round of funding. The fund invested in 4 startups last year and has plans to make at least 15 similar investments in 2012. Go change your job.
The other sponsor we have is Cosmos Bank. Cosmos is actually the oldest bank in the country, 106 years old, leading multi-state scheduled cooperative bank that is headquartered right here in Pune and has operations through 119 branches across 6 states. The unique thing about this bank is that it is, the leadership as well as the teams are absolutely professionally managed, and they do a business volume of 21,000 crores. Cosmos is here to support us for funding needs. So please do talk to them if you have any. I want to invite all of you to become TIE members. How many TIE members here? Oh, so we are in, okay. So we are in the family here. So, but those of you who are not, I invite you to become members, volunteers. We requested volunteers to let us know what areas they would like to volunteer, and 50 volunteers have volunteered their time and their energy. So we will be coordinating all those efforts shortly. We have these sessions are updated on Facebook. We put videos on that. It's also a great place to share information about and discuss. Follow us, network with charter members. There are a few here in this room today, and please do complete your feedback form at the end of this and give it to us. With this, I complete the introduction of TIE, and I'd like to invite Manak and Harshbhai to the podium, and I'd like to request, please, I'd like to request I'd like to request Ankur from Clarion Venture Partners to present memento to both of them. Harshbhai, Manak, and I hand this session over to Manak. Manak.
Thank you, Vikas. I think it's always lovely to come to the Puneri brand of TIE. Vishwas and team have made Puneri such a lovely word. Friends, I've always believed that entrepreneurship really is the art of effective and inspiring storytelling. Most entrepreneurs live their life by telling their stories of their enterprise and inspiring others to walk along. And believe me, today is one such story which is going to be a heady mix of sheer grit, scale, inspiration, and also inspiring philanthropy. I'm going to borrow a very fresh introduction which our friend Pramod made today, with your permission, sir. So friends, my pleasure to introduce my pleasure to introduce perhaps Enterprising India's most innovative ladies' man. Why ladies' man? So you have everything, right? As Pramod mentioned, from the kitchen to beauty. So Saffola, you've got parachute oil, you've got Kaya. So friends, join me to welcome Mr. Harsh Mariwala. Without ado, I request Harshbhai to please start.
Thank you, Manak. Good evening, all of you. So thank you very much for having me here. And I think I was told about 45 minutes, 50 minutes.
Yes, sure.
So I'm going to talk about my own story and how over a period of time my company has evolved. And then even some, shall I say, management lessons, more than management lessons, my personal insights through my own experience, what have I learned. So let me begin by going back almost 40 years back when I joined the family business as just a plain commerce graduate. Wanted to study further, my father said no. He thought I'll never come back or I'll get a non-Indian wife. So I said okay. Those days we were far more obedient than today's kids. I said okay. I said okay, join the see later. And that later never happened, So I joined this family company, Bombay Oil Industries, and I was the first person from the next generation. My father was the eldest, and we had three brothers, and we had 3, 4 different businesses in edible oils, vanaspati, chemicals, some export businesses. And it was a typical family managed company where most of the work was done by the family members. I don't know how many of you are running family enterprises, or are there many numbers? And accordingly I can get into a little more detail about family, but if there are none, then I may fast forward on that one. But if you look at this slide very quickly, I think I'll just try to differentiate what is a family managed and what is a professionally managed company. And these two are extremes, So you'll have many a times people are in between somewhere there, which is okay. I think there are no right or wrong answers. I think it depends on the type of business you are in. It depends on family dynamics. It depends on capability within the family members. So there is no right answer, I would say. But these are the two extremes where in completely professionally managed companies you have mainly specialists and they have salary or now salary plus variable and stock options as their main source of income, and everything is merit based and it doesn't work. So if you look at the next slide, normally what happens is in a family managed organization is it starts off, and in the beginning there is a lot of entrepreneurial drive in the company, but when the next generation comes in, there are, by and large, there are bound to be conflicts because they think differently. And the relationship is not the same, you as against brothers, there are uncles, and so there is a difference, when you deal with brothers versus when you deal with uncles. And normally at that time, the family goes through some degree of turbulence. And also the young blood also is learn something new, want some new way of doing things. And then as the company expands and goes more towards institutional building, there could be further conflicts in terms of how much to delegate, what kind of system do we have. So this is an evolution process of a family managed company from small to a large organization. But actually, when does one turn professional? I think a lot depends on the size, the business complexity, the stage of growth aspiration of the family, and more importantly, when second, third generation, they want good quality talent. I think that's where, by and large, it turns professional. Now, in a family, it's very important that depends on the size of the family, but even in small family, it's very important that family stays cohesive. We have seen many businesses getting destroyed completely because family is just not cohesive. They are fighting amongst each other. Or on minor petty issues, there are unnecessary arguments. So it's very important for large families to have some sort of family council and actually identify all the issues. What I have written are some of the issues, but there could be many other issues depending on. So when does the person exit? When does the person enter? When does he join the board of directors? The lifestyle and many other things. But I think the key thing is, I think it's important proactively to deal with these issues because otherwise a lot of simmering occurs behind the backs and it comes out in different ways. So it's very important to take it head on and say these are the issues. If need be, get some outside expert to help the family. So now I'll go back to the time I joined Bombay Oil Industries. At that time, a very small company. Company turnover 5 crores, no professionals. And we had edible oil business which was hardly contributing any turnover. Company not very profitable, very erratic performance because a lot of our business was based on trading and depending on how you bought or when you sold you made money or you lost money. And at that time I realized that if we had to create a stable, sustainable, profitable business, something has to be done to the business. So I started attending to this business and to cut a long story short, converted the whole unbranded edible oil to brands, to Saffola and Parachute. And I think that made the business stronger. It reached a turnover of almost 80 crores out of 100 crores in the year 1990. And at that time I realized that if I had to grow this business, it better be a separate company. It cannot be a part of a company where there are so many family members. By then 4 of my other cousins had joined the business. So it was very difficult to operate in a company with 8 or 9 same surname family members where one had to attract professionals, especially in our kind of business. We have to attract the right kind of talent, very high quality talent, which works in MNC corporations like Levers or Reckitt's or Procter, So we have to create the right kind of image, and there was no way I could do that. And the only way out was actually convincing the family, advocating with the family that allow me to take this business in a separate company, which took a lot of effort. I must say it took 2 to 3 years for me to convince them. I think you're going too fast, Viral. Basically, convince them. So it took 2 3 years, a lot of opposition. But if I look back, this was one of the most important steps in my career. If I had not taken this step, I would still be struggling with issues of family dynamics and all the limitations of working in a joint family company, in view of the fact that we had to attract the right quality talent. And that gave me a great opportunity to chart out my own agenda in terms of growth, recruitment of talent. So in a very short period of time, I recruited almost 30-40 managers. But before that, it was a new company, very little resources and very little budget to spend on image building of the organization. Clearly, we had to recruit 30-40 managers within a period of 2-3 months. And the brief given to the advertising agency was that we don't have money, we just have money for one insertion. But that insertion has to create an impact in the job market. So when you have high aspirations and limited resources, innovation happens. So this is the campaign which the ad agency came out. It had a shock value of employees walking out of automobile industries and mass killer ad, and I think it created waves.